Titan Game Day Live, the halftime shows the Titans are up 13-3 at half over the Houston Texans with a late field goal there by Houston on a long drive to get points on the board. And the Titans take a 13-3 lead into halftime, up that 10 points. And the Titans do get the ball back to start the third quarter. Offense early for the Titans, getting on the board, missing an extra point. Then a defensive touchdown, a pick six for Elijah Molden, gets the Titans up 13-0 before that late field goal. I'm Austin Stanley with Jack Gentry here at the Acme Rooftop, where we do all of our home game broadcasts here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch across A to Z Sports Network. Also, shout out Spirited Hive and Ranch Water, who have great game day specials for all the home games here at Acme this season. Jack, before we dive into this, tell the people what they got to do watching live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch.
Yeah, I see the number count growing already. While you guys are filing in, I want to remind y'all to share the show. If you're watching on Facebook, share it to your Titans Facebook groups. Let's get all the fans in here. Let's take the temperature. Titans up 10 at the half. I know y'all have got a lot of positive comments to say in the chat. Want to read through all of those during this 15-minute break. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you have your notifications turned on. Tap the bell icon at the top of your screen. Turn your notifications on so you get an update every time A to Z Sports posts content to the YouTube channel. Finally, if you're watching on Twitch, text that Twitch link around to your Titans text groups. I know you're chatting throughout the game. It was a great start for the Titans. We'll see if they can expand on it, but we want to get everybody in here, as many people as possible, to take the temperature and, once again, go through y'all's comments and thoughts about the first half of action.
All right, special shout out to all of our game day partners here throughout the season: xgolfnashville.com, the Mint Gaming Hall, BetMGM, the law offices of Amanda J. Gentry, Chim Chimney for all your chimney needs, Adventure Science Center, and Jarrett HVAC and Plumbing. Titans up 13-3, wearing the Oilers throwback jerseys. It started off great, Jack, with the Titans defense getting a stop, a big play to Traylon Burks going down the field, getting a touchdown run from Will Levis, a missed extra point. The offense really hasn't done much since then. DeAndre Hopkins does not have a catch. Derrick Henry can't really do much of anything on the ground. And the Titans offense has not scored or really even gotten close to scoring since the opening drive. But Elijah Molden has a big pick six to make it 13-0. So what is your initial gut feel right now? It feels like a lot of energy early, waned late right before halftime.
Yeah, no, you're right. It kind of dulled out a little bit. The big play on defense helped things tremendously. But I got to give flowers to the chat. When we were talking about the X factor before the show, a lot of people said turnovers. And the Titans did come away with a big turnover. I remember Orlando saying, which will be the key in the second half.
Yeah.
How do they play with the lead? We've seen them in this spot before, and they're never really able to stretch it out and pull away from teams. Right now, the Texans aren't doing anything on offense besides Devin Singletary breaking arm tackles.
And Noah Brown on 3rd and 15.
And third down, Noah Brown.
Yeah,
you're exactly right. But, the Titans have to find a way to stretch this lead out and get out of arm's reach from the Texans. The score out of half would be great. The Titans won the toss and deferred, so they'll get the ball in the third. But I want to see how Tim Kelly calls this game with a 10-point lead.
Yeah, and I think as Toby says, Titans playing with the lead, and Jacob on YouTube as well. I've seen a lot of comments so far in our halftime show here at Acme talking about the play calling. Tim Kelly has got 86 the Derrick Henry screens. They are not working. They haven't been working for a long time, several weeks so far this season, that Derrick Henry has lost yards more often than not on the screen plays. He's got 3. How about this? Derrick Henry's stats in the first half: 3 catches, -1 yard, 6 carries for 7 yards. It's not working. Tajay Spears isn't really working either. He's got 4 carries for 11 and 1 catch for 7, but at least that's positive yards. This offense is not very good when Derrick Henry's the focal point, and it's a lot better when Derrick Henry is not the focal point, and you're working through Will Levis, who was 8 of 9 passing for 99 yards. He was sacked once, but I want to see Will Levis get this offense going earlier in drives. That was my X factor, is stop with the Derrick Henry 1st and 10 runs early in the game. Let Will Levis open it up, and so Derrick Henry can be your finisher. That's what I feel like his role is immediately transition into over the last couple of weeks.
It's great to have a short memory in sports.
Yeah.
But if you're an offensive coordinator, you have to know at this point in the season what works and what doesn't work. The Derrick Henry first down run, Derrick Henry screens have not worked all season. That is not going to change today or next week or the week after. He's got to abandon some of these tendencies that have become so predictable. Like the Titans offense at its best is unpredictable. Will take shots down the field, will get the ball to their best player. I talked before the game about finding a Robin to D-Hop's Batman.
Yeah.
Batman's missing in action right now. Tim Kelly has to open the second half. I want to see the first play out of the locker room get the ball into D-Hop's hands.
Yes.
They've got to activate him. They've got to make the Texans respect him. Look, Derek Stingley's a great corner the Texans have. He's going to be great for a really long time. He's going to cause problems for a lot of great receivers. But that does not mean you totally, nix DeAndre Hopkins from the game plan. He's got to get involved. I understand Traylon Burks had a couple of big plays, but you need a guy that's consistent, that's reliable. In the last 2 weeks, D-Hop has had 12 targets in each of those games. They need to get back to that. That's the formula for success for this offense.
Yeah.
Without D-Hop, this offense can only go so high.
And let's be honest here. The offense has only had 3 possessions because the pick 6 basically stole a possession from the offense. Now, you're welcome, and you want the 7 points on the defensive touchdown, but they've only had 3 possessions, and they've gone 3 and out no times, right? They went 11 plays, 83 yards in over 5 minutes on the opening play, 6 plays for 32 yards before it stalled on the second drive, and 6 plays, just 9 yards on the third drive. So they've avoided 3 and out, so that's good. But overall, it just feels like it's stalled. Like the drives the 2 that have stalled out because of poor play calling decisions and lack of execution, obviously, on early downs that put them in 3rd and long, where you can't do it that often with this offensive line. We all know that.
Yeah, they dig themselves a hole that's too deep to get out, and this offensive line play isn't going to help you get out of that hole. And so they've got to do a better job at setting themselves up for success. The Titans have converted on a few third downs.
Yeah.
But you don't want to have to face a third down. You want to be able to move the ball in 1st and 2nd down well enough to where you don't have to worry about 3rd and medium, 3rd and short, even 3rd and long, which the Titans have found themselves in way too often this season. But, on the defensive side of the ball, Austin, Singletary's picking up far too many yards after contact. They've got to do a better job wrapping him up. That's on the front 4, my X factor today. Hadn't been able to get a ton of pressure, but Singletary can't be carving them up like this.
Yeah, Singletary has 11 carries for 49 yards. That's 4.5 per. Case Keenum's not been good outside of a few nice throws to Noah Brown. Noah Brown's got 6 catches for 68 yards. Keenum 11 of 17 for 83. But yeah, it has been Devin Singletary that has carried the Houston Texans. I want to get to a super chat here. Kick It to the King says, only points come on the opening drive. Pathetic play calling on offense after the first drive. Stop the Henry short pass plays. 6 points on offense is all it is. Yeah, the Titans defense is the leading scorer of this game with its 7 points. Now Nick Folk makes the extra point after the pick 6 by Molden there, but it has been ugly on those 2 drives that stalled out, not really getting much done. And I feel like missed opportunities because on the second drive of the game for the Titans, you get Burks his 2nd catch of the day for 20 yards, and then you do a trick play, this one to Tajay Spears, that loses 5 yards. Then you're incomplete to Hopkins on 2nd and 15. It's 3rd and 15, and the series is over.
You're dead.
Yeah, and you're absolutely done. Just that quickly on that second drive. And then on the third drive where it broke down, Henry, first down carry, 5 yards. Pretty good, right? Levis runs and gets the 3rd and 6 after Henry got tackled for a loss. Big time play for sure. And then you go right back to screen to Derrick Henry that loses 3 yards that puts you in to 2nd and 13, 3rd and 7, sacked, 4th and 16, punting. It's the same. It's Derrick Henry and those plays getting you in bad situations is what's costing this offense.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. And I'll give you a little spin zone.
Okay.
The Titans are up 10 on the Texans at halftime, and D-Hop hasn't done a thing.
Yes.
That's a good sign, right? You get him involved, points should come. It feels like the Titans in the passing game have most of their success down the field and over the middle. That's where D-Hop always is. Traylon Burks was there earlier in this game. Good to see him make an impact early. But they've got to stretch it out. They've got to expand it. They can't be satisfied with this 10-point lead. I know the defense has played well recently, but look, it's the NFL. Mistakes happen.
Yeah.
You got to be you got to be good enough on offense to give yourself a cushion in case a mistake comes.
Hey, no, it's a good thing. Like, we're talking about Titans halftime show. They're only up 10, and we're talking about negatives. Yeah. Yes, that's a good thing because this team at 5-8 could very much be done, right, and out for it. But fighting for a chance to stay relevant in the playoff race with a win today. Also, a bingo today with the Mint Gaming Hall if the Titans can win this game because of the defensive touchdown. We'll talk about that in the post-game show to see if that happens. Want to ask you guys this question. We ask every halftime show, what's your confidence level in the Titans winning this game on a 1 through 10 basis? I'll send Jack to the chat on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Confidence level, the Titans can win this game up by 10 at half on the Texans. But first, like the show on Facebook and on YouTube. We're live here at Acme, Ranch Water, and Spirited Hive specials every home game here at Acme this season. So make sure you like the show as well. Jack, I'll send you the chat 1 through 10. Confidence levels are rolling through fast on Facebook and YouTube.
Yeah, let's get things started with John on YouTube, who's at a 6. Jeffrey's at an 8. DeAndre's at an 8.5. Diane is at a 10. We've got Will Dodson at a 4. Kendrick's at 8. Guy, 6. We got a 4. Jay is a 1. Jay has been hurt before.
Weird.
He is not buying in. 9.5 from Pistol Ramsey. 10 from Willie Madden. 10 from Deshaun. We're not losing, he said. You can't lose in the throwbacks. 6.5 from Jacob. 6. 6 from Kendrell. Zach Geringer's at a 10. Dylan Cole pro score 8.7. Billy Jones has him one better at an 8.8. We've got Jonathan with a B. Brandon with an 8. A lot of high scores, Austin.
Yeah. Where are you?
Things change after a week.
Yeah, right.
You know,
You beat the Dolphins on Monday Night Football in a crazy comeback, and all of a sudden, Titans fans are mad at halftime with a 10-point lead and have high confidence levels of winning again.
We're getting back to the winning
Yeah,
standards
yeah.
we've been used to since
Right.
Mike Vrabel took over. I'm at a 7.
Okay.
I don't know that the Texans have the firepower on offense. However, they've done enough to scare me. You need more than 13 today. That's evident. Singletary's been a factor. Noah Brown's been a problem. Robert Woods tried to get involved. I would hate to see him have a big game today. His Titans tenure didn't exactly go the way I think a lot of people wanted it to go. But I'm at a 7. I think the Titans are capable of stretching this out. Big plays through the passing game is going to be how you get there.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go 6.5. I'm not going to be as optimistic, but the Titans, if the Titans lose this game, they deserve to be eliminated. They deserve for their season to be over, but I don't see that happening. I'm with you. DeAndre Hopkins needs a big second half. Let Will Levis go win the game with a 10-point lead. Let your rookie quarterback grow and make plays. He's shown that he's got the capability of doing it, so let him go do it, all right? And I want to give a shout-out as we head out for this halftime show. We'll be back live for the Amanda J. Gentry post-game show presented by her law office. Going to give a shout-out to all of our post-game and Titan Game Day partners, Adventure Science Center, Jarrett Fire, Chim Chimney, Bet and GM, the Mint Gaming Hall, X Golf, and the law offices of Amanda J. Gentry. Also, shout out NWI, big catch to set up that touchdown early.
Yes.
We didn't mention that, but we'll be back for the post-game show. Enjoy the second half. Appreciate it as always.